Hi friends, it's Sarah, the owner and maker behind Multifarious Nature. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, big welcome back. I'm glad you guys are here for another episode. Bear with me here. I am a little winded, doing some things with the critters outside, watering the garden. So grateful. So happy 4th of July weekend to those of you in the United States. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And yeah, that's what I'm actually recording. Today is the 3rd, and I'm grateful that I had today off from work as well. That's always nice. Let me make sure I put my timer on because that will keep me honest with my time. All right, lots to talk about today, so I got to kind of rattle through it. Shop update and of things. So working on my gray Suffolk, I'm getting there. It has been a slow process. Sorry about that. This is my multitasking situation going on, and yeah, just not a lot of free time. So trying my best to get those up and in the shop for you guys so that way you can purchase them. But if you are interested in any of the bats, definitely make sure. So that's hand processed bats. If you're into spinning, and that could be any type of form of spinning wool into yarn, definitely make sure that you follow my follow me, but follow the newsletter, sign up for it, because you'll be the first to find out about it if you sign up for the newsletter. So just so you know. And if there's any special codes, discounts, that all comes through the newsletter as well. So I don't want you guys to miss out on that. It's an awesome opportunity for something fun. All right, well, I am also gathering wool for that special advent that will be coming out, and I really hope this all works out, you guys. I don't know. So I have to have, I pretty much have all of the wool. I just have to get it processed. So it's been washed. I've washed the wool, but it needs to be processed. So it's exciting, but it's a lot of work. And ultimately, that will help me decide exactly how many of these advents will be in the shop. And they won't be really coming until probably October for the shop. So if you are interested, again, newsletter, because you'd want to make sure you're subscribed if you want to get your hands on those, because it will be a very limited amount because it's based on the size of these fleeces. So basically whatever the smallest fleece is, that will dictate how many of these special advents I will have. So definitely keep an eye out. It's exciting. So that advent's going to be for hand spinning. That could be drop spindle, supported spindle, a spinning wheel. I'm looking at my spinning wheel here. Spinning wheel. I'll talk a little bit about spinning too in this video, because for those of you that participate in Tour de Fleece, that is starting this weekend. It's very, very exciting. So actually this should be going live, I think, the day that kind of starts. So it starts July 5th. So for those of you interested or trying to figure out if you want to do it, not sure, excuse me, I've got this tickle in my throat that just won't go away today. I definitely recommend doing it if you're at all interested. I am a pretty newbie spinner, and there's a lot of very low-key groups out there, and it's just kind of a fun way to get involved in the hand spinning community, the fiber community. I joined Melly Knit Stash Dashers, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that at the end here, but yeah, it's free to join, and it's just fun and camaraderie and all that, and cheering each other on. So definitely you should participate if you'd like to. But oh my gosh, I forgot my knitting. I forgot my knitting in the other room. I'll be right back. So sorry about that, guys. Oh boy. I told you I was all over the place today. All right, so works in progress. So my Freyr test knit, I've been working on that a bit, and my shawl. So I'll show you both of those. So the Freyr test knit is by Inga of Knitting Traditions. And I'm using my Cranberry colorway, dyed by me for Multifarious Nature. And it is on a 6-ply merino superwash base. And I just love it. So I have 2 skeins and I'm alternating them every row. So that way it gives a really nice tonality to the piece, and it's not like there's any pooling. Now there's really not going to be a lot of pooling anyway. It is a tonal. Cranberry is a tonal colorway, but it just kind of helps in case there was any difference in it, which can be the nature of hand-dyed yarn. So bear that in mind if you're ever working with hand-dyed yarn. I definitely recommend doing that, alternating. But I'm now starting to get into the cabling on the body. So there's cabling on the raglans. This is the summer version. I think I mentioned that before, but the summer version, I did because the crew neck is kind of with the summer version. I still have to do the sleeves, which I really don't have much to do with the sleeves. I think I just knit a little bit. And then there's cabling down the sides. So pretty. I hope you can see that. It's hard because I can't tell if you can, but hopefully you can. And then, as I mentioned, I'm starting to get into the cabling on the bottom. So hard to tell because my lighting and everything, but starting to get the cabling on the body. So definitely follow me on like Instagram. I've been pretty bad about putting photos up lately. Gosh, it's been a little nutty. But you can see I am starting to get through it and very much enjoying it. I'm looking forward to it. I think the goal of finishing by, I think it's the 1st of August, is very possible, even with what I'm going to be undertaking here, because I am going to limit myself. I have given myself a limit with the spinning. So, because this is something that I did commit to, and I do want to finish it, and I very much think that I can. There's only going to be so much of this cabling at the bottom, and then so it really shouldn't take too long. Cabling is really easy, very memorizable. So if you're someone who's intimidated by cables, or you think that it's complicated, it is not. I think this is a really accessible pattern. If you're someone who's a beginner knitter, Inga did a great job of making tutorial videos showing you how to do all of these things, how you can do the cabling without a cable needle. It's super beginner friendly, and I love it, and I'm so grateful that she chose me to help test knit. So I am test knitting the size 3. I don't know if I mentioned that. Yeah, loving it, absolutely loving it. So cute. So enjoying that. And then my other work in progress is using hand spun from Melly Knits 2024 True North Advent. And I am doing the Fascination Shawl by Ruby and Rose's Designs. She is a yarn dyer, but she also does some designs, and this is one of her patterns, and it's really beautiful. So the pattern calls for like a single colorway. I ended up doing the Advent, so it's basically like a sampler. It's a bunch of different types of textures and techniques. Some are repeated, like the little baubles are repeated throughout the pattern. But there's some lace work, there's some half fisherman's rib. It's just a really super fun pattern. So if you're looking for something, I'm going to try to show you guys this and let it focus and then move it a little bit so you can kind of really see it. It's a really good, decent sized shawl. Yeah, so it'd be like wearing a blanket, and it's so stinking soft. This is all wool. They're all different breeds, and I absolutely love spinning this Advent, and I am loving knitting on it too. So the colorway that I'm currently knitting with, I did finally change colors. I don't know if you noticed the dark color here at the bottom. And that is Yukon alpaca, and it's Whiskers Northern Spirit Farm, and New Brunswick wool, the Young Gung and Mr. Black. It is a mystery mix blend. So I'll show you it. It's beautiful. Definitely a gorgeous black wool. It is difficult to find. People say black sheep and all that. It actually is kind of hard sometimes to find a black sheep, but truly it's hard to find a black sheep that hasn't been faded by the sun. So this is really beautiful. And my guess is the alpaca is also black because it's just super black. It's beautiful. So loving it. So I've been knitting on that, and currently I am doing kind of a unique stitch pattern. I don't think you can really truly appreciate what I'm at right now, but it's an interest. Yeah, you won't be able to see. It's too, you can't tell. I don't think you'll see it. It's a really fun pattern though, the texture that's going on right now. So yeah, if you're interested and you've always been intimidated to do a large shawl pattern, I do recommend it. It looks intimidating because of all the different textures and all the different stitches. But I have to tell you, if you can follow directions and you can Google how to do some of these techniques, I highly recommend it. It's really fun. It's fascinating, and it keeps you motivated to keep going. So if you're intimidated by a big shawl because it takes a long time to do, this is really fun. Granted, now I'm like over 400 stitches deep on this shawl, but it's so much fun. Like, I don't get bored. You just do not get bored, and I'm constantly looking forward to working on it and doing the next technique or the next stitch. So bear that in mind if you're looking for something interesting, because some shawls can be so repetitive it can get boring to some. So an idea, the Fascination Shawl by Ruby and Rose's Designs. Throw that out there. She doesn't hold your hand a lot, but I do like how the pattern has little boxes you can check off as you do rows, so it really helps you keep track. All right, so now we're going to get into life update / what I'm up to now. So as I mentioned, a couple different things. There's a couple different things. Braid school is actually something that just started July 1st, and I'm super excited. So this is something I tried to recruit you guys into. I paid for it, not sponsored. It is by Sheepspot, and it is online. It's all online. If you did not sign up this year, you could next year, but I don't think they open up until, I think it's May. I think May is when things open up, because you need to sign up by June. I think that's how it works. But that being said, I'm starting to work with the first breed. So the first breed for July that we are doing is Rambouillet. And I've never spun Rambouillet, so that was very exciting for me. And you have to do a sample in 3 different spinning techniques to try it and figure out which one you like and write down, what you noticed. It's really beautifully organized. If you're someone who's wanted to do breed study or just wanted to become more technical with spinning and understand a way you enjoy spinning a fiber, I highly recommend Braid School from the beginning. Like, I literally have just started, and I can see where this is going to be very beneficial. So I have my last sample I'm still working on. Almost done with that. It's really interesting how enjoyable this is to spin, and I'm spinning it up pretty quickly. So as I mentioned, there's a generous amount of fiber. This is 250 grams of Rambouillet. Like, it is a significant amount of fiber. So it's 250 grams, and that I could make a whole bunch of things with. So I literally just kind of took about 10 grams. I just eyeballed it, and I put on here, these are like those things you wear at a fair, those bracelets, so they're waterproof, and then I put permanent marker on there. And so this is short forward draft, and this is Rambouillet. So this is the short forward sample I did, which was nice. It spun nicely like this. I just don't know if it's my favorite. So, but it did spin very nicely like that for me. The other one that I have a very small sample of, because it was a bit of a disaster. So I used a different ratio on my spinning wheel than I normally do, because I kind of followed what the instructor used, and I am very used to the small whirl. So I use the smaller ratios So in other words, it like puts a lot of twist in quickly into your yarn. And that's kind of how I'm used to spinning. So for me, doing a larger whirl, it did not put enough twist in is what happened. And so when I did my long draw from the fold, I actually ended up not doing from the fold. I did long draw from this. You'll see it's kind of thick and thin, a little inconsistent, which is interesting because I'm definitely a long draw person. But I did not put enough twist in. So it was breaking apart as I was trying to apply it. It was basically a disaster. So safe to say that was not my favorite spin doing it long draw. The one I'm currently doing is my favorite. And I think that's probably the way I usually spin when I think about it truly. I'm probably a combination between supported long draw and short. She calls it short forward with a twist. So you're basically doing the short forward drafting, but you let go of the yarn and let the twist go into your fiber supply. And I think that's basically where I'm at. And then I pull back as I'm going. So I'm kind of between short forward drafting and long draw, which gives you that in between. So it's not a true worsted spun, and it's not a true woolen spun. It's kind of between the two, and it's kind of the best of both worlds. That's kind of how I spin. I really think that's my default. So I've been doing that with this last sample that's still on my wheel, and I'm really enjoying it. So I have a feeling I'm going to put that in my notes that will be probably my chosen draft for that breed, especially for this this comb top that I got. So this is all from the Woolery. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is from the Woolery. They sell a kit, and I don't know if you can get the kit unless you're part of the school, the breed school, because they have to have enough for the breed school. However, it sounds like they sold out of all of them. So I really hope that everybody that's part of breed school was able to get their hands on some. But yes, it's a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. So it keeps me organized. It holds me accountable. And I went to the live meetup on the 1st. It was the kickoff party for breed school, and I got to meet some folks that are part of it. And it was really exciting. So it's really fun, and I hope that you'll partake if you are interested in learning more in depth about certain breeds. She's really focusing on a lot of different rare breeds, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, so good stuff. Okay, also, as I mentioned, Tour de Fleece, which is something that was created by someone, I don't even know who, to follow along with Tour de France. So it is basically any spinner. You could do hand spinning with like a supported spindle, drop spindle, electric wheel, treadle wheel, whatever your heart's content is, and you basically spin from, at least my understanding is from July 5th through July 27th. So the majority of July, the month of July, you'll be spinning wool. Now, what does that mean? Some people are going to be spinning their little hearts out and trying to like hit certain mile markers. They're going to try to get a certain amount done, and then sometimes folks will rest on the days that the bikers are on break. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try to do my best to spin every day. And my goal would be to spin for 15 minutes a day. If I can spin longer than that, that would be awesome. But I do need to hold myself accountable because I want to work on my knitting too, because that's kind of my first love. So I need to make sure that I'm doing that. However, I do feel like I'm going to be a little lenient and give myself, as long as I'm working on my test knit, because that needs to get worked on, in the evenings, I may do more spinning than I do knitting, like usual. Usually I don't spin that often at all, and I think I'm going to really allow myself to do a little more spinning. And I think that'll be fun. For the month of July, it'll be something different. It'll, again, give me more practice with spinning, and I'm just trying to become more proficient at it because I love the process. And since we have Shetland sheep, I really am excited to work with their wool and get more into that. So Melly Knit Stash Dashers is what I'm doing. It's really like chill from my understanding. It's all about being respectful to each other, supporting each other. And at this point, I don't think you can be part of the cabanas, which are like the small groups that chit chat. You would have already had to sign up to do that, but I think no matter what, if you sign up to be a Stash Dasher, like from now going forward, you can at least be part of the Discord group. So I highly recommend giving it a shot if you're interested at all. And she is like open to all different variations of like spinning techniques, your knowledge. It's super laid back. Her primary rule is that you spin from stash, so that you don't buy wool to spin. You are working from what you have. And so I have quite a bit of wool that I've kind of accumulated over the years because I haven't spun that much, but I found some really beautiful wool. And so my goal is to try to work through this. This is going to be a lot that I'm going to show you, and the thought that I might get through all of it is a pretty lofty goal for me, but I really hope that I can get through quite a bit of it because I think it would be really fun to work with because I've been waiting to do so. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do briefly here. Boy, my clock just goes so fast and let's just chit chat too long. Okay, so I've got some beautiful wool that I've accumulated. Some of this from last year, some of it's from the year prior, and some of it's from like 3 years ago. Okay, so this I got from Lazy Dog Fiber Arts. Yeah, Caitlin and Matthew. And this is a 75% Romney lamb fleece, 20% Surrey alpaca, and 5% silk. And it's beautiful, gorgeous brown and kind of fawn color. It's really pretty. So I'm really excited to work with this. It's about, I think, 4 ounces. And so I'm excited to spin that. And then these, this one I got last year as well. This is 100% fin wool from Tux. And this is a hand prepared bat. It's 4 ounces. And again, this is also Lazy Dog Fiber Arts. Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. And these are deep stash. I got these, I think the year that I bought my spinning wheel. Apparently I just thought, oh, I'm going to do all this spinning. I did do quite a bit of spinning my first year, but then I just kind of like got on hiatus because I got really deep into dyeing yarn. But, so these two are merino. They're 100% merino top. And I like merino, don't get me wrong, but merino has a tendency to pill. And I would love to have this as either a sock yarn or something that I can use as a color change in a top or something. I think that'd be really cool. These are from Deep Dyed Yarns. They are 100% merino comb top, and I don't think she has like a colorway written on here, but they're really beautiful. I think this was, I don't know if this was the Michigan colorway, but it's really beautiful. And like the show colorway. Something she does show colorways each year, so I'm not 100%, but these are really beautiful. And I've wanted to work with them for a while, but again, it's 100% merino. So I've got this, I think this is Romney. I think it's a Romney. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of information. And the person who was selling this, she was closing shop. She was retiring. So it was an excellent deal. I think it was $8 or something, maybe $10, and it's over 4 ounces. And it's really beautiful. So my goal is to try to incorporate this with this merino top and try to figure out a way to spin them together, because this will add some definite strength and durability, where this is just really beautiful in color. And this is a beautiful gray. But I think that adding that will be really pretty. And yeah, so that will be interesting. I have to figure out how to combine that, what I want to do, because I really want to just like spin each day and not have to prepare wool. That's kind of the goal, is to have it all prepared already. And then this one has been also deep stash. I bought it the same year I did those. This is, I think, her old labeling even. It's Deep Dyed Yarns. It's her yak silk. This was an investment. This was pretty pricey. And it is 50% yak, 50% tussa silk. It's approximately 4 ounces, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The shine in this, I don't know if you guys can see the colors. It's just gorgeous. There's deep blues, greens, violet. There's even some orange in there. It's gorgeous. Lots of shine and super stinking soft. So, very fancy. Never spun anything quite so fancy, and it would be a lot of fun to do. So, I think this would be my big one to try after I do the other ones. We'll see about that. And I think that's it for the spinning. Yeah, other than if I want to spin up that Rambouillet for the class, like I did the sampling, but if I want to get that spun up as well, which I kind of feel like I want to. I know some were saying they weren't sure, but I would really like to spin up all of the fiber for each month if I can, just so that I figure out which style of spinning I like for it when I do the sampling, and then put it to work and do that, because I think that would be excellent. So yes, so I guess that would be then also something I can do for the Tour de Fleece. So there you go. Lots of spinning. Lots and lots of spinning. All right. Last thing I wanted to talk about is something that I just made. So this is kind of an interesting magazine I discovered a couple months back. I think they just do it seasonally. I think it's seasonal. I'm not 100% and not sponsored, and I don't know if you can find this at any stores near you, but I discovered it one day and I found some really good recipes in here, and they're kind of more vegan inspired, or I don't know if they're totally vegan, but they're definitely lean away from meat. So if you're someone who's looking to eat more clean, as some people call it, where it's like veggies and like tofu, things like that, and get more creative with what you're eating, I definitely recommend it. I found some really good recipes. So this is the Epic Summer Meals, and it's Thrive is the magazine. So I'll just show it to you. I found it at my local Meijer. It's like a grocery store chain here. I don't know. I would look it up. It's thrivemagazine.com. You probably could order them if you wanted to. But one recipe I just tried, and it looks really, really good. And I actually tried the batter because there's no eggs in it or anything, so you kind of can do that. It's strawberry rhubarb cake, and I'm just going to show you guys this. I don't know if you can see it in the picture, but it's really pretty. And I have rhubarb and strawberries in season, so I decided to do that. I haven't had any strawberry rhubarb anything yet, and I love strawberry rhubarb. It's my favorite. So you put some powdered sugar on it after it cools, and I think it's going to be delicious. There's a little bit of banana in it, so that'll add the sweetness as well as the powdered sugar, and then there's sliced almonds on top, and then the rhubarb will add that tanginess. So very excited. I think it's going to be amazing. So I'll include the link to this below, Thrive Magazine, because if you're interested, you might enjoy it. There's also another really good recipe in this one that I had for lunch this week, and it was very good. It's the tofu noodle stir fry, and their photography is absolutely gorgeous. You can see that, but it's so pretty. So definitely check it out. There's a lot of recipes on their website as well, so you might not even need to buy the magazine. Just check out their website. There you go. If you're looking for new recipes, I think that'd be an excellent one to try out. So I think that's it. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. What are you up to? Are any of you participating in the Tour de Fleece this year? I'd love to hear from you, hear what you're up to, and yeah, what you're making. And also, like, if you're looking for a Tour de Fleece group, definitely check out Melly Knits. I really enjoy her content. If you're not a follower of hers, you really should check her out. She's a lot of fun. Her Instagram's really always entertaining. She has a really cute little puppy that she just adopted, and he is so cute. I think his name's Dutton. I think she's sticking with that name. That's the name he came with, and he's absolutely adorable. So it's just a lot of fun to follow her shenanigans, and she also is on YouTube, so check her out. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Take care.